Thank you for joining. We got some topics for you guys. Happy New Year, first of all. Let me say that. Happy New Year. Yeah, I slept in a little bit this morning, y'all, because y'all know I went to bed late last night. Y'all know that because I was on live with you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for letting me sleep in just a little bit because I needed that extra beauty rest. Okay, going into the new year, so I can listen. I hope all of you guys had a wonderful, wonderful new year. I hope you guys are feeling blessed this morning and doing everything that you need to do. I hope y'all ate good yesterday. I hope y'all made your black eyed peas. You know, traditionally they say you do your black eyed peas and your greens and eat things like that so that you can kind of speak wealth into your life. So yeah, I hope you guys have that. I have my black eyed peas and stuff downstairs, among other things. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! So the Hennessy margaritas were a bit much for me, so I had to sleep in and sleep it off so that I could be back to my normal self. But thank you guys for being here. Let's get into the show though. I'm feeling pretty good today. So I hope you guys are as well. Let's get into our show because we do have one. We have some great, great topics. Let's get started. Who got in here? Let's speak to everybody right quick. Hey, Be Wiser. Be Wiser is first. Hi. Adrian Wiley is here. Hey, Lamore. This is a new one. Lamore Dietrich Cute or Derek Cute. I'm sorry. I don't mess that name up, child. Thanks for being here. I see some new names. Grandma Wilding Out is here. Southern Girlie is here. Hi. Nikki P is here. Hi. Felicia is here. Linda Moore is here. Flower Bloom is here. April R.N. Virgo. Hey. Hi. Thanks for being here, ma'am. LaShonda Allen is here. Rested Wrestler is here. I hope I said that name right. Cassandra D, thanks for being here, love. And happy new year to everyone. Immaculate Davis is here. SD Warren, thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. All right. Give me one quick second. Let me get something done right quick. I hope y'all are doing really, really well this morning. Whew. What are you guys' plans for the new year? Y'all can put that in the chat if you want to share. I feel like we family now. We talk about everything, right? If you guys want to put it in there, what do you got? What have you guys set any New Year's resolutions for yourselves for the new year? This is 2026. It's amazing how quickly 2025 flew by, child. I was just like, oh my God, it seemed like we just got into the year. We were just saying, damn, Trump ass is in office, and then we turn around and it's 2026. So crazy, right? But anywho, yeah, I don't know. But let's get into it. We do not have politics today. I did not want to throw politics today in our mix of topics. We're going to just get straight into the mess because I know this is what you guys like. Hey, Rose, thanks for being here. And happy new year to everybody. All right, so let's get into our first topic. Let's get into it. All right. So according to Neighborhood Talk, former Laker Christian Wood granted custody after accusing his ex Jasmine Lopez of placing an alleged hit on his life, and said that 3 men tried to break into his home and she suspiciously wouldn't allow visitation shortly before the incident. So it looks like they had some tension going on prior to that, but it gives that she may have tried to set him up. We have a lot of females that do that, try to set men up and things happen, child. So he was able to take custody of their child. Let's get into it. The saga continues with Christian Wood and Yasmin Lopez, but this time Wood says a serious incident left him thinking that he was going to pass away. Now, according to U.S. Magazine, former Lakers star Christian Wood has been granted temporary sole custody of his two-year-old son, Kobe Sean Wood, and a temporary restraining order against his ex-girlfriend, Yasmin. I'm sorry, y'all. Yasmin Lopez. It says that he accused her of being involved in what he believes was a hit on his life disguised as a break-in attempt. That's scary. Said that Wood, who was 30 years old, filed for a restraining order on November the 19th. Now, in the filing, Wood says that he was alone at home. He heard noises and saw 3 men trying to break into his house. Now, out of fear, he grabbed a pow-pow that he keeps in his home and fired a shot into the floor in an attempt to scare the men away. Now, they left without stealing anything, and Wood reported the incident to police. He says that no other break-ins had been reported in the area. Now, in his court filing, said that Wood shares that his belief is that the break-ins was a setup, especially since it happened in broad daylight. Ooh, that was bold. That's bold. That's bold. All right. So, what caused more suspicion was Lopez's alleged action leading up to the crime. It says that he claims that she had been uncooperative about allowing him visitation with their son, even picking Kobe up from school on November 4th, just the day before he attempted to, just before the attempted break-in, despite telling Wood that he could pick him up from school. So she's playing those types of games. So, yeah, you go pick him up, and then you go hurry up and pick him up. Like, gas too high for that bullshit. But anyway, so additionally, Wood pointed out an odd social media post from Lopez, which included a King Von song with a pow pow emoji, said hours before the incident. See, that's how a lot of people get caught up when they're on some bullshit, like people committing crimes. I don't know why they go straight to social media and post stuff like he wasn't going to be able to put two and two together. Girl. So it goes on to say that he believed the timing of the post, his behavior, said that and prior threats, and signaled her involvement. Child. Now, in response, Lopez, who was 26 years old, denied any involvement in the break-in and insisted that she had no knowledge of the incident until the day that it happened. Lopez claimed that her actions in limiting visitations were due to concerns for their son's safety, not to keep him from his father. She also claimed that Woods has an illegal ghost pow pow in his possession, which she was unaware of until the pow pow. And well, thank God he did. He probably wouldn't be here with the two guys trying to break up in his home. So it said that Lopez also accused Woods of assaulting her in Lopez also accused Woods of assaulting her in her own, I think that says home. December 12th filing said that saying that he kicked, slapped, and physically restrained her on May. In May, October, and February 2024. Oh my God, Neighborhood Talk. Can you guys fix you guys wording? Oh God, oh my God. But anyway, so it looks like they've had some issues leading up to said situation. Beautiful girl, but hey, some of these girls out here, honey, will get your ass set up, and the next thing you know, somebody will kick your damn door in and try to take you out. Maybe she didn't want to have a lot of times when there's a custody situation, a visitation situation between two people, they don't want to comply with whatever the courts are saying. They feel like if I can get the other person out of the way, then we won't have this situation of visitation. It's just, I'm the primary parent. If they're gone, I don't have to deal with all of that. So sometimes they will. Shit, I watched enough For My Mans and First 48s to know that's how this shit work, and people will do that. But shout out to this young man for doing what he felt he needed to do to protect himself and his home. All right, let's get into another topic that I think you guys would definitely love to hear about. If you guys go to 7-Eleven, or if you have one in your area, check this news out. Because, child, I was like, what? Child. So 7-Eleven customers are outraged after being charged thousands of dollars for a full tank of gas. Now, since when? Now, I know we got a war coming, but since when does a full tank of gas cost $1,000 for a car? All right, I don't know how much it costs for like big rigs or something like that. But damn, let's get into this, because I was like, oh my.
Yeri McLaren used her debit card for gas at the 7-Eleven in Pinole. She went inside to buy a Powerball ticket, but her card got declined. So she used her cell phone to check her bank account right there in the store.
And then that's when I got the shock of my life. That tank of gas that I put in wasn't $79.34 like I had thought. It was $7,934.
7-Eleven charged her 100 times what the amount should have been. Yeri told me the clerks were not helpful, and while she stood there arguing, another customer complained he had also been overcharged.
They had charged him $5,000, and I told the workers, I was like, you guys don't know what is going wrong, but there's clearly a problem, because people who are paying outside are being charged thousands, and they didn't shut the pumps down until I threatened to call the police and the Better Business Bureau.
After many calls and emails, 7-Eleven finally refunded Yeri's $7,900 and gave her an extra $500 for her trouble.
Unfortunately, at this point, it's just a kind gesture, because 7 days later, I'm still trying to reconcile my account. Who got paid? Who didn't get paid? How many fees am I now having to pay out as well?
How did this happen in the first place? An internal company email obtained by the I-Team cites a recent software update and says it appears the decimal point moved over for the pending transaction. For example, move the decimal point 2 places and this $26 fill-up would cost $2,600. 7-Eleven's corporate office in Irving, Texas tells me that a payment processor error affected 6 stores at 2401 Appian Way in Pinole, 890 Coleman Avenue in San Jose, and stores in the Midwest between 2 a.m. and noon on
That is crazy, right? Amazing how we. Oh my God, I could not imagine going and sliding my card into the gas pump because I always like to pay at the pump unless I need something out of the store because it's faster. But anyway, imagine going and checking your account and seeing that you went to get $26 worth of gas and it's $2,600 that's taken off of your card. Like, damn, right? That is insane. One more again.
McLaren used her debit card for gas at the 7-Eleven in Pinole. She went inside to buy a Powerball ticket, but her card got declined.
I wasn't aware you could use your card for Powerball. I thought anytime you play the lottery, it has to be paid with cash. I don't play that much, but when I do, anytime I've ever bought lottery tickets or something like that, I pay with cash. So I wasn't aware that you could pay with your card, but let's keep going.
So she used her cell phone to check her bank account right there in the store.
And then that's when I got the shock of my life that tank of gas that I put in wasn't $79.34 like I had thought. It was $7,934.
7-Eleven charged her 100 times what the amount should have been. Yeri told me the clerks were not helpful, and while she stood there arguing, another customer complained he had also been overcharged.
They had charged him $5,000, and I told the workers, I was like, you guys don't know what is going wrong, but there's clearly a problem because people who are paying outside are being charged thousands, and they didn't shut the pumps down until I threatened to call the police and the Better Business Bureau.
After many calls and emails, 7-Eleven finally refunded Yeri's $7,900 and gave her an extra $500 for her trouble.
Unfortunately, at this point, it's just a kind gesture because 7 days later, I'm still trying to reconcile my account. Who got paid? Who didn't get paid? How many fees am I now having to pay out as well?
How did this happen in the first place? An internal company email obtained by the I-Team cites a recent software update and says it appears the decimal point moved over for the pending transaction. For example, move the decimal point 2 places and this $26 fill-up would cost $2,600. 7-Eleven's corporate office in Irving, Texas tells me that a payment processor error affected 6 stores at 2401 Appian Way in Pinole, 890 Coleman Avenue in San Jose, and stores in the Midwest between 2 a.m. and noon on Well,
it sounds like the majority of the issue with this situation here, I see California and then, of course, the Midwest. This is sad. I really hope they fix this because with a lot of people being really trying to just pay their bills or whatever, maybe $2,600 is all you have. And imagine that draining your whole fucking bank account just trying to go and get some gas. You have other things, especially if you have things that come out on auto pay that have to come out to be paid. So yeah, I'm happy that they were able to fix it, and the fact that they gave her an extra $500 to for her trouble. That was very noble of them to do. But yeah, sorry that happened to her, right? So if anybody's experienced that, definitely go ahead and report that, honey, so you can get your money back. That's making me think twice now about damn, using my card. Like, could they get me? I could get God out here, right? That would piss me off. Oh, that would piss me off. All right, so let's get into this. So a Texas pastor has a 19-year-old daughter who says that her father assaulted her, the pastor, which is her father, assaulted her over an argument about calling his new 25-year-old wife by her first name. So he wanted the new wife, who is 25 years old. His daughter is 19. Okay, he's much older. He's much older to call the new wife, like, I guess miss or I guess stepmom or something like that. He didn't want her calling the new wife by her first name. Let's go ahead and listen to some of this, then I'm gonna read up. Because child, I was like, what? I'm not about to call nobody who now, Daddy, you went out there and decided to go and marry somebody that's close to my age. I'm not about to call this lady mom or stepmom. No, she was in school the same time my ass was. I just don't see it. Okay. Damn, let's keep going.
Just like everybody said, quit talking about it.
Cuss me again.
Oh, y'all do too fucking much.
No, yeah, we do too much because we trying to help.
Nigga, you ain't trying to help me. Ever since I did it from the first week I got here, you told me, I said, you want to go home
because you act like you do.
Because you act like you do. Let me home.
You pack your stuff. I'm telling you. I ain't packing nothing.
Well, I ain't packing. You said y'all would call the police, so come put me out. Tell them come put me out.
No, I'm not gonna put you.
I know you're not.
Huh?
You
Oh,
just
you-
sit here talking. You just like everybody says you
Well,
do.
how do you-
And
that's
you
what-
do just what they say you do.
that's
You
what-
put your hands on
Yeah.
females. You
Yes,
a
I
woman
do.
being nigga.
Yeah, y'all beat your ass.
You ain't
Yeah,
you
beat
whoop
your
nothing.
ass.
Shut up, nigga.
Yeah, beat your
Shut up,
ass.
nigga.
Oh, wow. Okay, so glad I stopped it there. Let's go ahead and read a little bit. That's a lie. She talks very disrespectful to her father right now. I get it. I get the situation. But damn, you call your daddy nigga? I would never. Okay, so a 19-year-old mother of to a 2-year-old took to social media to reveal a crazy altercation that she recorded with her father, who's a pastor. Child, you hear this talk? It says that Nia Williams, who was 19, shared her side of an argument with her estranged father and his 25-year-old girlfriend, Jazz, after moving to Texas with her 2-year-old son. Now, Nia seemingly hoped to reconnect with her father, Pastor Sheldon Williams, who promised to help her with her move to the state. But things quickly went left. Let's get into it, honey. Now, the situation started when Nia mentioned her father's wife's name while on the phone with her grandmother. Nia says that she was simply being polite, saying, "Granny, Jazz said hi." So apparently Jazz heard it and took offense, later addressing it via text. Now says that her father reacted in a harsher manner, allegedly spending 40 minutes yelling at her despite attempting to stay respectful. Says that the situation got dark when her father insulted her, calling her a HOE for no reason. My God, a pastor. I told y'all about these damn pastors out here now. So Nia, being frustrated by the disrespect, expressed that she had never disrespected him or his wife. Now, in the video, you can hear her father admit to putting his hands on women. Now, did we just see this yesterday? If you guys saw Car Chronicles yesterday, we also saw a pastor yesterday who had three prior incidences where the courts had to be involved, the police had to be involved as well, where he was putting his hands on his wife, who at one point in time was pregnant during one of the assaults. All right. Now, the wife from yesterday's live powed her husband and unalived him, okay, because he continued to put his hands on her. Now we're talking today, another pastor admits that, yeah, I put hands on women, and it looks like he was getting ready to do the same thing to his daughter after she called him NIGGA. Obviously, you can see a breakdown in their relationship and their communication. It's crazy how a daughter feels that comfortable talking to her father, but it gives that maybe she is, well, not maybe, she is upset maybe at the fact that his wife probably did marry some younger girl. And then I feel like maybe the wife should have said to her or had a one-on-one conversation. It don't sound like they have a relationship to where they can speak or have some type of respectful communication between the two of them, because she could have just said something to her versus going to the father and escalating the situation. Because you see, obviously, he's going to take the wife's side, who is obviously the same age, around the same age as his daughter. Let's continue. I'm going to skip ahead because that look like it's about to get a little whoo. So it said the last post and said that you stupid, ignorant people can go to hell. This is what the daughter is saying. Nia Williams says that me and my daddy never had any run-ins or nothing. Said I decided to go and move to Texas and start a new life for me and my 2-year-old son. We only been there for 2 months. Said that the plan was that I was going to stay in a camper and he was going to buy me a car until I got an apartment. A lot of people are living in campers now. I see that, especially on TikTok. They're giving up their apartments or even their houses, selling their houses and getting into these really nice campers I be seeing. So, okay. But said that when I got moved down there, said that he didn't want me staying by myself down there with no protection. Said that now I am not a disrespectful child, but I done sat on the floor for 40 minutes listening at you yell at me about your wife, in parentheses, by her name, Jazz. Says that while I was on the phone with my granny back home. And the only thing I said was that Granny Jazz said hi, nothing disrespectful, not once. Said that did I ever disrespect neither of them. Said that she touched my iPad and seen her name saved as Daddy's wife, and she texted me about it. Says she shouldn't have gone into her that's her personal stuff. You shouldn't have gone into her iPad and looked at anything without her permission. Said that when I got home from work, said that I walked in the house and spoke to everyone and took a shower. Said I got out of the shower and got on the phone, and he said he wanted to talk to me. So for 40 minutes to an hour, said that he was talking to me about what to call his wife. She says that I honestly didn't care because she did too much for no reason. So they don't have like a good relationship, it sounds. Says when he's seen, not seen, girl, that that I wasn't getting in reaction, said he told me, I just want to go back to Mississippi to be a HOE. Says, keep in mind, we just got cool this year. You never met anybody that I talked to. Said that you don't even know who I even talked to. Says that, how am I HOE? And when he called me out my name, that's when all respect for him left. Wow. That's deep for a father to call his daughter a hoe, but let's continue. It says, and now for the people saying that I should have sat there and expected it because it's their house. Says that I had my own everything and held it down on my own, and he wanted me there to try and make up for 19 absent years and to make himself feel good. But to disrespect me when I never gave you no disrespect is insane. Says it to the wife, Jazz. I expect nothing more from you. Baby, not baby. Says that you, 25 and brainwashed, said that you don't even know what family is, so you settle for the bare minimum. And I told you already that I feel sorry for you, and I even gave you the respect because you was new to this mama stuff. Damn. Says, but baby, listen, always remember that you was first. What is it, cat, child? That you was first cat. Now that all this is said and done, says that me and my son is perfectly fine. Says that him and his wife rather at the hospital. Said that thank you all for the calls and texts, that I really wasn't in the space to talk, but I'm perfectly fine. Wow, this is deep, right? It looks like he was getting ready to hit her. That's why I stopped it. I said no. So you guys can finish reading this if you want to. But this is a hot ass mess. But the father did admit to putting hands on women. And according to the video we were just watching, it looks like he was getting ready to reach over and hit her. So yes, father, you might need some anger management. And maybe he likes younger women like that because he likes to control. You know, a lot of older men who like to date younger women, they like that control part of it all. Because if you get if you get an older woman that's got her own and she has expectations and you can't run over her like that, they don't like that. They want somebody who's going to be that don't talk much and that allow you to run over them like a younger girl who basically needs you. It sounds like she's one of those types. But prayers up, child. I wouldn't be there. I don't feel like just because that's your father, you have to sit there, and especially if you're an adult, you don't have to sit anywhere for 45 minutes to an hour to listen to somebody talk crazy to you just for a place to stay or because they feel like they're your father. Get your child out of that situation. Get yourself, maybe go to your camper or go back home if the situation is that toxic. I mean, damn. Let's move along. Speaking of toxicity, I'll leave it up for this topic here. Because child, All right, so Joe Budden calls Keke Palmer a weirdo for appearing on Blueface's live stream despite her anti-ABU stance. Said that she praises a lot of men with abusive histories. Now, we do know that her boyfriend / baby daddy was also abusive at the same time. I did not like a interview where I heard Keke Palmer taking up for R. Kelly and trying to minimize all the things that he did and say, oh, you guys, I think y'all forget that he put out great music. But at the same time, I think you forget that he's also an abuser of not just women, but children as well. He touched his own kids. I have no respect for a person like that. So Keke, actually, she went and, dropped a restraining order against her baby daddy, who was very abusive to her, who she says body slammed her in the home. I mean, there are still pictures and videos from her home where she had to submit to court to be able to get a restraining order against him. So she actually took this guy back. So there is kind of a history of her in favor of men with abusive tendencies. And this is what Joe Budden had to say. Let's go ahead and get into this. Shout out to It's On Site, okay?
I love your house, though. Thank you for welcoming me to your humble
Keke
abode.
loves my house.
So how have you been? You've been out for a little while. Do life feel the same? Do life feel different?
When I got out, I was doing all right. Then you walked in, everything is looking bright, baby. It's looking bright. My future looking bright.
You play too much.
Like at first, I wasn't really feeling it. I'm like, damn,
You was sad?
Yeah, it ain't really nothing out here for me, Then you walked in, I'm like,
you're so fake. You're so fake. I think you do that. I love your house, though. Thank you for welcoming me to your humble abode.
Keke loves my house.
So let's go ahead and finish. I'm trying to multitask, y'all. Thank you. So Joe Budden calls out Keke Palmer over her appearance on Blueface's live stream, saying it's hypocritical given her vocal stance against domestic abuse. Said that he says associating with Blueface contradicts the stance that she publicly has taken in the past. Anything that comes with Blueface, I'm gonna be honest with you, is disrespectful and distasteful. The way he treat women, the way he talk to women, the way he run through women, and it's crazy because you have daughters. I always question men who have daughters, who are raising daughters, in terms of how they treat women. If they're abusive, you gotta understand your daughter's gonna grow up one day and a man's gonna date her, marry her, whatever the case may be. You would be batshit crazy on a nigga if they did the same thing to you that you do to women. Blueface, the way you treat Krishan, and I'm not a huge Krishan fan, but I am an advocate for women who go through abuse. I'm gonna say that shit here. I don't condone it at any point in time, but Blueface is very disrespectful, not just to women, but to his own mother. To his own mother, and how he speaks to his own mother. So the fact that Keke Palmer would lend her platform to someone like that, like what is it that Blueface could say in terms of anything that someone want to hear that would be on a positive level? Like nothing. I haven't seen it. But a lot of people are questioning Keke's stance in terms of what she stands for, and the fact that she does kind of cater to men who are very much so abusive and that deal in the domestic side of it all, because of the things that she continued to allow on her platform and co-sign as well. What do y'all think about it? And I like her as an actress. She's very talented, but I really feel like maybe she's damaged from the things that she went through. I mean, she said baby daddy tried to hit her with a car, and I just told you guys, she talked about how he slammed her down and broke into her house and was eavesdropping on her phone conversations and trying to keep her son from her and threatening her. All types of things she went through with this guy, which was enough for her to get a whole restraining order by him, or on him rather, through the courts. And she turns around when it's almost time to go to court and drops the restraining order against him. I'm like, this guy told you he was going to take your life and try to hit you with a whole car. Like you got your mama online, like cussing to the top of her lungs about this boy and what he's doing to you, like trying to take up for you. And that's what a lot of parents have to understand, honey. Girls who love guys that are that type of guy, sometimes, you know, you have to be a mother still. I'm not saying don't be a mother, but sometimes you kind of have to step back, especially when they're adults, and let them figure it out. Because when you tell them not to do something or not fool with said person, that's when they want to be with them the most. That's just how they used to be. That's just how they are. That's just how they are. They want that person even more when you tell them not to. When you tell them, oh, he's toxic, don't be with this person, that just make them want to be with him even more. So prayers up for Keke Palmer, because baby, that's not a good look. I would not have interviewed Blueface like on any level. There's nothing he can say positively about any woman or anything. I wouldn't have done that. But let's continue on. Let's get into some reality, a little bit of reality TV of it all. Child. Shout out to Reality Rundown. We talked about Katie. I think we talked Katie up. We talked about Katie yesterday in terms of Candace Diller saying she was not going to return to Real Housewives of Potomac anymore. I saw a lot of you guys in the comments saying, oh, we like Katie Frost. And now we talked her up because she's in a couple posts that we're getting ready to talk about right now. Okay. You know, she was previously on Real Housewives of Potomac. I like Katie too, because she's so real. Katie don't care what comes out of her mouth, okay? She don't give a hot damn what nobody think about her. Katie is going to be damn Katie, all right? But it says it seems like Katie and Karen are still cool. Of course, they were prior castmates. I don't think she's on this season, okay? Y'all know she was a friend of on the show. But let's get into what Katie Frost had to say. It says, tonight, I got a message from Karen Huger. She goes on to say that she had encouraged me through truly tough times. She said, I've never been more proud of a woman in my life. A true leader. Happy New Year 2026 Divas. She says, if your head ends up in a toilet, make sure you have a homegirl to lift you up, child. Hashtag Katie vibes. All right. Yeah, Karen might need to hear that, because I know Karen like a little drink from time to time. I mean, shit, she did just get out of jail for not being able to handle her alcohol or whatever. So shout out to Katie. Okay, so she is lending her support to Karen Huger, who is still fighting with her sobriety. So shout out to Karen. I like Karen, but I really hope that she is on the beaten path to positivity in 2026, and we don't hear about any more DUIs for her, because baby, I do not want to see you back in the jail. Okay. Moving right along, we still have one more Katie post where Katie is snapping off on Ashley Darby, and I love every minute of it. Okay. I love it, honey. Let's get into it. Again, shout out to Reality Rundown. So Katie snaps off on Ashley Darby after we heard about Ashley Darby having a sexually explicit exchange with one of the other castmates, Cherie's son. Okay, Cherie's son. Ashley did admit to kissing him and some other things that they did off the record. And Katie Frost says, as usual, Ashley Darby is a straight up HOE girl. Says that she says that I couldn't marry a rich man. She says that I did, and now she is getting goodies from little boys. Ew. Okay, so she's pretty much calling her out on her ish because that's exactly what she did. But at the end, he's not a little boy. Okay, Sharice's son, I told y'all yesterday, is 25. Ashley is like 35, 36 years old with 2 kids. She's divorced now from Michael Darby with his old flaming gay ass. I think he's gay. Okay, I'm sorry. You run around grabbing men ass. I'm sorry. I think he need to come on out the closet as well. But anyway, Ashley Darby is always judging other people and have stuff to say. I don't think she really liked Katie Frost because Katie always get her together. But Katie pretty much let her know, girl, you a straight up HOE because it's nothing for you to be going. You're supposed to be getting keys from Sharice's son. And how you go from getting keys to getting dick? Like, I don't know, girl. I don't know. That don't even sound the same. Keys, dick. Like, it don't sound the same. You say, oh, he rubbed against my hand a certain type of way. And the next thing I know, we were kissing. And then I was like, girl, you know nothing about girl code. Like, you know nothing about girl code. Ashley Darby. I'm not really a fan of Ashley Darby because she talks too much and she's two-faced. And I don't like females like that. But shout out to Katie Frost for reading her ass down. Moving right along. All right. Let's get into this next topic. Now, I may have to show the dress again so that you guys can follow me while we're actually looking at this. For those of you that did not get to see it, let me see if I saved it. I think I did. Give me a second. Did I? Okay, hold on. Because you gotta see the dress first so they hit right. Okay. So give me a second. All right. Let me take a picture so I can send it to myself and then so you guys can see it. Because a lot of people had stuff to say about Jamal Bryant's new wife, Kari Turner Bryant's dress. Okay. They were saying, oh my gosh, she's got on this see-through dress, and she got a lot of pushback behind that. A lot of people going in on her ass. But Jamal Bryant, honey, he stood up for his wife in the pulpit. He's supposed to have a sermon, honey, but he was snapping off on the congregation and other people who in social media who had something to say about his wife in that damn dress. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all the dress so that you guys will be able to connect the dots while we're listening to what he has to say. Because y'all know, honey, he loves a good little read down. I said this is a different type of pastor right here. Because he don't have no couth. He has no couth. But let's get into it. Let me show y'all the dress. A lot of people are like, oh my God, that's inappropriate for a first lady. Okay. So let me get the dress up first, since we got to upload it. All right, there we go. They went to some type of banquet or something like that. It has the effect of being a see-through, but it's like a nude color underneath, and then it has the black sheer overlay to give the appearance that it's a see-through dress, but it's really not. It kind of matches her skin tone to where you would think that the dress was. So whoever her stylist was, great job, because you were on your shit with that. Okay, I've seen a lot of dresses that are supposed to have the nude look, but it doesn't match the skin tone and it don't look right. But with hers, whoever her stylist is to put the dress together, I think the dress is bad. I would wear that shit. Okay, I really would. And I got the body to get in it. I'm just saying. But yeah, Kari Bryant looked good in the dress. But a lot of people question the fact that she is a first lady of the church. Is that appropriate attire for her to wear anywhere? Okay, so y'all can put in there. Y'all said you like it. I see a few of you guys saying you like it. Said that Jamal is from the streets, and absolutely is. All right, I told y'all I actually know Jamal Bryant. Okay, because he is definitely from the same Church of God in Christ era that I grew up in. His nephew played the organ for my grandmother's church back home as well. So I know a lot of their family, including him. So, but let's go ahead and get into. All right, let me say that now. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the topic of Jamal going off, child, about him talking about his damn wife. I knew he was gonna say something eventually. A lot of people saw it as him taking up for her as that being his wife, and he should. If that's, that's his wife. If somebody says something crazy about your wife, you should. But he turned it into a whole sermon All right, let's get into it. Shout out to Jamal, because that's what we saw it.
I needed to get this straight. I needed to deal with it head on. Because the other day, the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now, you got to help some people because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing.
What? So we ain't never been nowhere now. Okay, because we have an opinion. So we ain't never been, because you think nobody ain't never been nowhere, that your wife is the only one that's well traveled and ain't nobody else ever been nowhere to know what fashion is and how fashion is supposed to be. Really, that's insulting. She ain't the only one with a fucking passport around here, okay? Like, stop it. Let me tell you, he going off.
I needed to set the record straight, like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me. I needed to get this straight. I needed to deal with it head on.
What y'all think about it?
Because the other day, the internet went crazy.
Again, it's a catch-22 for me. I kind of get it, but then some of the stuff he was saying, I feel like you kind of hit below the belt and you went too far. You didn't have to go there. You don't have to insult a person to check a person and let them know, okay, I approve of the dress that my wife had on. I think you guys, it's a way that you say it. Jamal is just too street. Jamal is just, he, you know what I mean? I get it. He likes to be one of those types of pastors who are relaxed and not just so biblical about everything. But at the end of the day, you cannot insult people who have an opinion. Everybody's going to have an opinion about something. Like people have opinions about you sleeping with your congregation and impregnating people. Okay. Yeah. People can feel a way about that. People can say something about you not paying child support to your baby out in Texas to where the courts had to be involved. I mean, I didn't say it, the court said it, right? People can say things about you making Giselle Bryant have to go to a sane asylum because she had a nervous breakdown over you not cheating or you continuing to cheat on her while she was your wife after she was seeing you while you had a wife. I can keep going because I know you very, very well. But you do not have to insult a person because they have an opinion about how a person should dress because of a certain title that they chose to take. If she's a first lady, there is a certain standard that she is held to in terms of how she should dress, how she should carry herself, how she should speak. All of the things are the things. Now, I got to say, I do like her style because she does know how to dress. Okay. I got to give her that. Her makeup is always beat. Her hair always looks good. Her attitude seems to be great. She don't seem like this nasty, stuck up individual just from videos and stuff like that I've seen. I've never met her personally, but just from what I've seen, I do follow her because I do like her style. I'm like, okay, yes, girl, serve. Yes. I can give a woman a compliment about some shoes or clothes or however she put herself together. She's always put together when you see her, even when she don't try. But what I don't like about Jamal is Jamal always feels like he has to put someone else down and prove a point to someone in relation to trying to check a situation. There's always a way to handle things and say things, and I feel like that was not it. I don't feel like the pulpit was a place to do that. You have a podcast, right? Jamal Bryant has a podcast. I feel like when you're standing behind a podium and you have people who have been through hell all fucking week, pardon my French, okay? When people have been through hell all fucking week, I don't want to come to church and hear about what somebody said about your wife's fucking dress. I need to hear what the Lord is saying and how I'm going to get through a certain situation. Use that type of banter and conversation for your podcast and people who follow you and want to hear what you think about or said about how you feel about this fucking dress and how it went crazy on social media, right? I just don't feel like that was the place or time for that to be done. A lot of people gonna say, I don't agree with you, real, and that's fine. That's fine. We're never going to agree on everything. But in this situation, I don't feel like the pulpit was a place for you to turn this dress situation and who didn't like it and who had an opinion about it into a whole fucking sermon. I just didn't feel like that. Great, you bought the dress. You should. You her husband. Anything she asked you for, she should get. Okay? Yeah, you didn't have to put that out there. You don't have to put that out there. Even if she bought the dress, it still doesn't negate the fact or change the fact that people still didn't like the dress or feel that it was appropriate for who she perceives herself to be, which is a first lady. I don't know, first lady. There are some first ladies. Modern first ladies do walk around with their backs out in these, nice little cute dresses. If they're going to like a banquet or something like that, they will definitely. Some of them have them this kind of short, tight. We see a lot of women now with a little tight stuff on. When I was growing up in Church of God in Christ, you couldn't even sit on the front row if your skirt did not come over your knee. That's just how it used to be back then. But church is starting to get it a little slack now, where people just kind of wear almost anything, and the rules have started to kind of dwindle down. Where the whole "come as you are," it's just come as you are. But I feel like you should not wear club attire to a church because you feel like you're just coming as you are. There's still a respect that is due when you come to church. All right. And I get that some people don't have appropriate clothes to wear, but you do want to come and praise God and hear a good sermon. That I get. But don't sit on the front row with your legs crossed up where everyone can see everything that's unmentionable and mentionable. And I do feel like if you choose to take a certain title in a church, understand that there are certain rules and regulations and expectations that go along with it. Did I nail it? That's it. Y'all can put in there what y'all think about that. Jamal always go too fucking far. Again, that should have been on your podcast and not in congregation. Like, this was like a fucking pep rally versus church. I just don't. And I shout out to her for feeding 1,000 kids and raising all this money for the HBCU and all that. That's great. I love it, honey. Keep doing it if that's what you're doing. I love it. You're going to help people. That's what it's about, honey. Okay. We are our brother's keepers. I love that about her. She's very smart. She's very well educated, well traveled. She's well spoken. All of that. I love all of that about her. But yeah, maybe the mothers kind of need to reel it in a little bit on how, dial it down just a little bit. Okay. The first lady should be standing up there with tight jeans on, the distressed jeans on a Sunday morning. Okay. With a nice little blousey blouse. I just don't feel like that's appropriate. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Sometimes we ain't going to hit the mark, but it is what it is. All right. Move right along. Happy New Year to you guys coming in. Thank you guys for being here. Let's get to the next topic. Yeah, child. Jamal is going to always be damn Jamal. Let's get into this Natalie Nunn interview. She's another disrespectful one at the mouth. Y'all know she comes from Bad Girls Clubs and now on Baddies. She feels like how she got a little money in her pocket now that she can speak crazy to people and think that everyone is beneath her. Obviously, she has this issue with Just Hilarious. She sat on this platform where she was being interviewed by Cam Newton, and Cam kind of took offense at the way Natalie Nunn kind of spoke of Just Hilarious, who we all know is on Breakfast Club. Okay, let's get into this interview. Shout out to All About the Tea because that's where I saw it. Let's share so you guys can see along with me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Natalie Nunn. I think that she is very ghetto. All right. I told y'all my ghetto goes like here. I might tip it a little bit there. But that bitch there, she's over there. She's over there with it. I don't fool with that. I don't watch anything on Baddies, like nothing over there. But let's get into this interview. Just Hilarious claps back at Natalie Nunn, calling her irrelevant. And said that Just Hilarious says that Natalie's a junkie. Oh, not a junkie girl that needs to sober up. Let me find out you got the white shit up your nose, sis. Let's go.
What about Just Hilarious?
I was about to say, who was that? Irrelevant bitch.
She ain't though.
For real?
Like she got some motion.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see her nowhere.
She Breakfast Club.
Oh, when
She just paid very well on Breakfast Club. So, just because she ain't over there on Baddies, knocking bitches' teeth out and pulling hair, like, does not mean she's irrelevant, okay? Like, the way you chose to be relevant everywhere that we've known you to ever be. Bad Girls Club, you were fighting over there. Now you're over here on Baddies, promoting Black women, fighting other women when you should be uplifting women. And now you sit on a platform tearing another woman down because you feel like you the shit because you got a little money in the bank. No, all the money that you made, you still have not shaved your fucking chin down out here looking like The Mask. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. I went there with your ass. Out of all the money you made, since you so rich, you are rich, bitch. Shake that motherfucking chin down. Because every time you bow your head, bitch, you about to poke a hole in your chest. That's what you about to do. Okay? Yeah, I went there. See, they need me on the platform. I would get her ass together. Okay? I would get her ass together and give you one of them in the end. That means, yes, I served your ass. Okay. What do you think about that? So let's read what Jess Hilarious had to say. Right. I'll get you together. All right, so Jess Hilarious says, my, okay? You can tell she's bothered by that shit. I've never heard her tell a story so shaken up before. Said that you can literally tell that her junkie ass can't even recall what happened as she's sitting there making shit up. Not a junkie girl. That hit deep, didn't it? Said, but that little ass corner of a section that they had behind mine, which was actually free, not free, girl, knows exactly how it went down. Said to Scotty Lemuel. Y'all know Lemuel Plummer is the executive producer and owner over there on that ratchet ass show over there, Baddies and all that, okay? That I don't watch shit on. But Bobby, Jackie Long, and everybody saw Sober Up Johnny Bravo, okay? So I'm gonna play it one more time because she was shot. She said that shit with her chest. I was like, why so much vitriol for Jess Hilarious? She don't bother nobody. She's over there on the Breakfast Club interviewing, doing what she's supposed to do, raising her children and staying out the way. But you come on here and you have this direct anger and attack on this woman who don't even speak your name. So it's weird to me. It's weird to me. You long chin, disrespectful ass biatch.
When I went up to the Breakfast Club, she called in sick that day. I was like, where?
What about Jess Hilarious?
I was supposed to say, who was that?
Yeah.
Irrelevant bitch.
She ain't though.
Real?
Like she got some motion.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see her nowhere.
Why your eyes so glassy? Now that she's called you a junkie, now I'm looking for evidence. Why your eyes so damn glassy? People whose eyes are so glassy like that, it gives you might have did a little sniff before you came out for your interview. Allegedly, because I wasn't there. But listen to
Breakfast Club.
Oh,
shout out to Rose Olmstead. Thanks for the $4.99. Appreciate you.
Oh, when I went up to the Breakfast Club, she called in sick that day. I was like, where?
What about Jess Hilarious?
I was supposed to say,
maybe she called in sick the day that you were supposed to go up there because she didn't want to sit up there and have to stare at your long chin ass the entire time. She don't fuck with you like that, obviously. Maybe she didn't want to have to sit up there and look at your long face ass the entire interview. I mean, maybe. I would call it out too. Bitch, if I got sick days, today will be a sick day. I'm sick of this bitch. Put me down for a sick day because I'm sick of this bitch. That's what I would say. But what do y'all think about that? Shout out to Cam Newton for stepping in. It's like, hey, Jess Hilarious got some motion. Don't be trying to degrade this woman like she ain't offering nothing out here. She's been in the business for quite some time. Let's keep in mind she was a comedian or is still a comedian. That's how she came into the game, among other things. That she worked her way up to get on the platform on Breakfast Club, which is very prominent radio podcast station over there. So hey, she get a nice little bag, and I ain't mad about it. Okay, she's a mother, she's respectable. A lot of people don't like her because she is very direct, but hey, that it comes with the job. Shit, if you don't like it, then don't go up in there. You don't have to fool with her. Shout out to Cam Newton on that though, okay, for speaking up for her. All right, let's get into this next topic. Saucy Santana gets called out for begging online, honey. I said, let me find out. Saucy Santana, the little twerk queen, honey, is over here begging for money online, girl. All right, so shout out to Gay Magazine because they're saying Saucy Santana officially responds to broke and begging rumors, okay? Saucy Santana responds to rumors claiming that he's broke and begs for money online. Let's get into it.
Reporting live from the chateau. I haven't been able to beg today because I had like personal stuff going on. And I was traveling on back home. I think that you think peace girlies are like hating from outside the club. Cause a lot of y'all girls that like do the think pieces and stuff and use my celebrity name for clicks and views on y'all on little posts and stuff. Y'all don't be in my live and y'all don't send me no money. And also, I think that what y'all don't probably know is, like, if you will come and sit in my live, all the questions that you need answered, you will have answers to them. You will see why people, recharge and get me. Because I'm just really, an entertaining ass bitch. And it's fun in my room. So, it makes people want to. Hey, y'all, reporting live from the chateau.
Let's continue.
I haven't been able to.
They said Santana be on TikTok begging day in and day out. He's not a celebrity anymore. They said he FaceTime one of his supporters begging her to get on to send him some gifts. Didn't ask her how she was doing or anything. And they also said he doesn't even show love to his supporters. He doesn't shout out their small businesses or anything they got going on. And they also said that Croc Birkin that Noop got him was fake. And they said Noop doesn't even like him for real. He's just around for the clout. Who said that? They said Santana.
So y'all hear that? So different people are saying Santana be out here begging for money. But he's saying that's not true. He's saying he's staying over in the chateau and all of that, child. Let's continue.
Want to reach. Also, a panhandler is a person who lives by asking for food or money in the streets. I don't know if y'all are sure, but this is a big, fabulous penthouse. And when I do battle, I invested a coin.
Yeah, we don't get
and a little pertaining.
So let's look at other people.
Baby, one thing about social media, they gonna humble your ass quick. They gonna make you get some act right. All up and down my For You page, they've been talking about Santana big. I'm tired of seeing his old big, musty, sweaty ass on my live begging. All he do is beg. He be on here begging all day. His rap career flopped. His love and hip hop contract flopped. He ain't got no money. He going broke. Nope, using him. Woo, woo, woo. Santana old broke, begging ass. All he do is beg, 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 beg. All he do is get on live and beg, beg. Santana ain't been alive all day, beg. That'll do it.
I know y'all all done seen a girl in a car when she was eating that sandwich talk about Santana begging. And I don't know if I seen that yesterday or the day before, but I was cracking up at the video. I don't know if it was the way she was eating the sandwich or what she was saying, but like when I do scroll down my page, I do see Santana on my TikTok battling all the time. This morning I seen Santana like response video, but of course he didn't say her name or nothing, but he basically just said like he entertains his crowd and like he can't help it if his crowd reward him. Like he don't be on there just begging. Like it don't give that. It gives he's an entertainer. In his crowd, they got it like that, and they rewarding him. We can't be mad if his people, basically paying to see him or whatever. So I was like, okay, so what type of entertainment you doing that you on live 24/7 and just making all that money? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, y'all. When I popped in the live stream today, why was I on there for 3 hours? I was entertained, y'all. Like I was entertained for the 3 hours. I was aggravated. Like he really entertained the entire 3 hours, and they was really in there sending gifts. I'll watch him again. I see why they sending gifts, y'all. He was funny. I was cracking up.
He's extra. He's all right. I mean, he's not a favorite of mine. If I see something and it's entertaining, okay. I do hear he wrote a lot of hit songs for the City Girls, but where are they now? Yeah. But anywho, more than one person say you on there begging. That's what it sounds like, okay. But at the end of the day, that's it, and that's all on him. Moving right along. All right. Moving right along, let's get into this Clarissa Shields news. Okay, now we've been talking about Clarissa, but let's get into this. Clarissa Shields and Papoose did spend New Year's Eve together. They brought the New Year in together after he was seen over there with Remy Ma for Christmas. We already talked about that, right? Over there buying coats and stuff. So let's go ahead and get into them because, baby, she was happy as hell to go live and show that she was with Papoose bringing in the new year, okay? So they say, okay, Clarissa Shields, honey, is giving fashion. She is dressing better. I got to give her that. She went out to the Louis Vuitton store. She's showing you her little Louis that she purchased, okay, for that 22 grand she spent the other day. Says no stylist needed, then seal the new year with a little smooch. Whenever he kiss her, it's so weird. Like she'll lean in to kiss him on the mouth. He'll turn his head or like kiss her on the cheek. Like that's some type of buddy type stuff, right? If she's asking for a peck on the lips, he is giving her a peck on the cheek. Weird, right? I don't know. But let's get into it.
Okay, I told y'all I had me a nice little look for New Year. Let's see how it turns out. Let's see.
Them boots ain't giving with that. I'm sorry. I'm not a stylist, but I know what I like, and when I step out, I like to look nice. I would never wear this. Sorry. You don't know how to pair. It's giving you don't know how to pair your outfits, your boots and your shoes. I mean, your boots and your blouse. It should give. I get you got a little red. She saw a little sprinkle of red on this bag, and she done pulled out these red boots. Girl, now. But listen to me.
Huh?
What we're gonna do in the meantime
Yeah, bitch, we outside tonight. Turn me up, huh? Happy 2026, boost. Because Rusty got a big old butt.
Oh yeah,
Huh?
you really do.
Huh?
Huge.
Rusty got a big old butt.
Oh yeah.
I got a big stomach. Big butt. Nene got a big old butt. Oh yeah.
Terrible.
Okay, I told y'all I had me a nice little look.
Let's keep going.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Woo! Look at them females kissing.
Look at them over there kissing. Give me a kiss.
Happy New Year!
On the cheek.
20. Get ready to do the countdown.
So as you guys can see, she happy as hell, girl. And he is there with her, just sitting up in the bed looking at TV. I think everybody's watching the ball fall in New York for New Year's Eve into the new year. But he was there with her for the new year. Maybe he's gonna spin the block and go back over there with not Clarissa Child, but with Remy later on. Who knows? Because they were out shopping for nice coats or whatever for Christmas. What do y'all think about that? Okay, she was happy as hell. All right, so let's get into what this guy here had to say. Because I always love his perspective when he is reading Clarissa down, child. I said, what in the world? Let's get into that right quick, okay? Shout out to Mrs. Kenny TV. Let's go.
A white woman said, you make yourself hard not to like. And you do. But they not going to touch her because she running around here parading with a married man. And for some reason, she don't feel like people should have something to say about that. Right now, you should not be planning to have a baby with a married man. You should be planning on finishing out your career or whatever, 35, then you can go ahead and, figure out what you're going to do or whatever. What you should be doing now is using boxing to get to the next stage in your life. And you're closing off a whole bunch of opportunities. Layla Ali tried to mentor you. You thought she was trying to little girl you. What if she was trying to little girl you? That is your big sis. That white woman said, you make yourself hard not to like. And you do. But they not going to touch her because she running around here parading with a married man. And for some reason, she don't feel like people should have something to say about that.
What do y'all think about that? Okay, a lot of people still feel a way about her being with Papoose, being that he is a married man, right? At this point, I don't even care no more. It seems that they're going to continue to do what they do. I just hope that Papoose don't turn around and break her heart, because she is going to go batshit crazy. I said it before. She is going to go batshit crazy if he ever leaves her and maybe go back to Remy, because she has this vitriol towards Remy Ma, honey, even though she is his wife, okay? But what y'all think about it? Go ahead and sound off on that and let me know, okay? We're getting closer and closer to the end here. I told you guys yesterday about a photo shoot that Clarissa Shields did that I thought was a bit questionable while we're talking about her. Let's get into that as well. Okay? All right, Clarissa Shields shocks fans over her nude photo shoot idea, okay? I don't know what she was trying to prove with this. It kind of... I don't know, Clarissa. I don't get it. I don't get what she was trying to do here, okay? Looks like she's hidden the bag with nothing on but the boxing gloves. And, of course, thank God they blotted it out. That's the only reason why I shared this one. Shout out to Uncut. Because I wanted to show you guys the other ones, but it was, like, too risky. But so since they covered it up good, so we'll go ahead and take a look. Y'all put in there what y'all think. I really feel like this was a thirsty photo shoot. I don't get it. I don't know what she was trying to get at by doing the photo shoot like this. Weird. I don't know. I don't know. She decided to do a new photo shoot for boxing. What do y'all think? Let's get into some comments in terms of what they think. All right. This person says, I came in like a punching bag, wrecking ball, laughing my ass off. Another person says that y'all do know Sports Illustrated have a body issue edition, right? Okay. Well, maybe she should have done that. I don't know. Somebody else says that why her wigs always like that. Her wigs do be looking like that. She definitely needs to step it up with the wigs. Another person said that her body's so T, but man, this theme is chaotic AF, meaning add up. The next person says, I'm pretty sure she did this for Sports Illustrated. I'm pretty sure she probably got paid well for doing it, but I think it could have been a little bit more tasteful. She kind of looked like a dude in a wig. I ain't gonna hold you. Let me go back. And I ain't trying to be insensitive. She kind of gave dude in a wig, especially on this one. I wasn't feeling it. It could have been a little bit more feminine. Because there we do have a lot of female boxers out there. Had Layla Ali, not to compare the two, if Layla Ali had done this one, I feel like it would have given a little bit more femininity versus what we're seeing right here. So I don't know who was directing her or who gave the idea or who styled her, which was much style, but who styled her for the photo shoot. I don't know. It kind of just gave, I don't know, right? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. It kind of gives dude in a week to me. But that's the photo shoot I wanted to share with you guys. I ain't gonna stay on it too long. Let's get into Remy Ma. TMZ caught up with Remy Ma, and she made a statement that I thought we definitely got to talk about, given that she was just seen in a fur coat or a coat shop with Papoose around Christmas time where they were shopping together. She made a statement as to say, when I say she, I mean Remy Ma. She said, hey, when I call him, he comes, especially when it's related to our daughter. So it gives that she still has that gift of gab when it comes to Papoose. They ain't all the way that mad, because if she picks up the phone and calls him, she says he comes, no problem. All right, he pops his ass up over here. So it said that Remy Ma has big things popping in the new year, including adding talking show host to her resume. So y'all know she has the Remy, I think it's podcast or something like that I hear is doing very well. She's gotten a bunch of viewers on that so far. So shout out to her for that, because you got to start somewhere. You can't do rapping your whole entire life. You got to branch off and do other business things as well. So it said Remy Ma is juggling a network, and co-parenting ain't easy, says, but I make it work. So shout out to her. Let's hear what she had to say. I'm sorry. Mary White threw me off with the whole 2-1 fool. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I got thrown off sitting over here laughing at this damn. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me share. Oh my God. I'm over here laughing at the comments. Y'all got me rolling. All right, so let's get into what Remy Ma had to say.
Ask you.
Okay.
Can you see yourself in the future doing some reality and even some shock docs? We've been seeing a lot of shock docs, and people are saying, "Oh, it's business."
Well, no, absolutely. We're actually working on something like that for the Remy Network right now. I'm trying to get a lot more of original content. Like I was telling them when I was inside, right now, drama is being told through the eyes of these platforms. We have all these new directors and these new content creators, and they are telling the stories through drama. Kind of like how when hip hop first came out, you knew it was like the CNN to the street. You knew what was going on in the hood. If you was listening to the latest rap records, you know what's going on. If you on the right network watching the latest movies that came out, and that's what Remy Network is.
Anything exclusive that you can tell us now, or is that something that you're
well, my talk show.
Oh, okay, wait. So I think we spoke about this before. So you got your own talk show. Do you have any special people that are guiding you that you maybe want to throw in there?
Well, first I want to give a big shout out to Otera. They're my company that allows me to be a free network, an ad-based app. So shout out to them. They make everything possible. Shout out to my partners, Rush and Steve, that helped me run the whole thing. But I feel like there's a couple of people that are already established that have fast channels on the Remy Network. You'll be able to go to, our page. Y'all can go over there now. Some of them is already listed. I don't want to say because we haven't made an official launch now, but there's a lot of big platforms that we've been able to reel in. And you can check them out in all their live interviews on the Remy Network.
We got to ask you.
Okay.
Can you see yourself in the future?
Okay, so yeah, honey, she has her Remy Network, and she says here that anytime she called, when they asked her about co-parenting with Papoose, she said, hey, it's going pretty well. Anytime I call him, he definitely drops everything and he comes. So shout out to them for that, to being able to co-parent amicably. She did just throw her daughter a very expensive, I think it was a McDonald's thing, birthday party, and he was definitely there, and he was doing what he needed to do as a father, and they seem to be getting along very well. They took pictures and everything. So I'm glad that behind the scenes they're able to kind of iron things out, because it was a lot of tension before between them. So shout out to them for being able to do that. All right, moving right along. I don't care about that topic no more. Let's get into this topic I saw with Mama E, which is Mama Braxton, the Braxton sisters' mother, where she sat down and kind of went into full detail of something that she saw and experienced while she stayed in Tamar and Vince's house. I thought this was going to be a great video. Let's go ahead and share it, because y'all remember she shared that she said that Vince was very abusive when it came to, let me put my trigger up on this one, because child. But she talked about, hold on. She talked about how she experienced some abusive situations, how she saw Vince Herbert being abusive towards Tamar during the time that she lived with them to help them take care of their son when he was like an infant child. So she was going from platform to platform talking about it. Vince has denied all allegations, saying that he's never even touched Tamar. He's never hit her, none of that. He says he's never been abusive towards her, except by maybe, like raising his voice or something like that. They got into an argument. Of course, you know that the police had to get into a situation where they had an argument in the car where he bit her finger. I think she put her finger in his face and he bit her finger and drew blood or whatever. And I think the police had to get involved because she did call and file like a police report or something like that on him. But as far as him hitting her or something like that, he says he never did. But this is what Mama Braxton's account of what she saw and or experienced when she lived with them. Let's get into this, because this was crazy. I said, wow.
I lived with them for a moment. I stayed there because Tamar was pregnant, what have you. Then she wanted me to be there for the baby. She wanted me to stay there 5 years. 5 years out of my life. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But I stayed.
Right.
Okay, because Logan is 4 now, and the 9 months that Tamar was pregnant.
Yes.
I don't think it's a good idea. This is just my opinion. I don't think it's a good idea for parents to live with their children.
I agree.
And I'll tell you why.
Please.
You see too much, you hear too much, and you know too much. And there's certain things I think when you know, you're going to, it's really going to get to your heart.
Absolutely.
You know, and so watching Tamar being in an abusive relationship, that was very, extremely hard for me. I prayed day and night. One night I got up. I heard all of this noise. I thought the elevator was falling out of its socket. So I ran into the kitchen and I'm like, what is going on, for God's sakes? And he was abusing her. And she was trying to run. She was trying to get away. And I spoke to him about it. I said, no, this is not what we do. And he turned on me. And I'm like, So I ran back to my room, because the baby was in the bed with me. I was very much afraid for the baby, because his whole
demeanor had
demeanor. And I put a chair behind the door.
So you barricaded yourself?
I barricaded myself in the room and held that baby all night long. That's no way for anyone to live, for God's sakes. I lived with them.
Okay, so do you guys think that she's telling the truth in terms of what she says? This is her account of what she says she saw and or experienced while she lived in the house with Tamar Braxton and Vincent Herbert during the time that they were married, and their son Logan was a toddler or so. Vince has denied all of this and said he's never ever struck Tamar, he's never hit her, he's never been abusive towards her. What do y'all think? She said she stayed with them for almost 4 years, and this is something that she saw him being aggressive like that with her. Do y'all think? She said she saw that, and when she tried to say something to intervene in that, he kind of turned his rage towards her. She had to run back to her room and put a chair on the door, according to her. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Like I said, no one was in the house but Tamar, Vince, the baby, and Miss E. She's saying all of these things did happen. She alleges that she experienced it. Tamar, she was upset with her mom for a long time for talking about it. Like, she didn't talk to her mom for a long time because Miss E was going on different platforms talking about Tamar going through this abuse with Vince. So maybe it was from embarrassment. I don't know. But Vince, of course, like I said, he was saying this shit never happened. He said this never happened, that Miss E was lying. It didn't happen. So what do y'all think? Because the way she's giving her account of what she feels happened or what she says she saw happen, it just gives that it sounds like it's the truth, right? I don't know what to believe. You say you believe the mama? You said I believe it happened. Said that Miss E exaggerates sometimes. Let me look at some comments. Let's go back to the chat. All right, so let's go down. Y'all crazy. All right, so this is how he did it. Says not Dame Vince, child. Miss E exaggerates sometimes. Says I believe Mama E. Lasso says I absolutely believe it happened. I mean, if there was a bite on the finger and it drew blood, it could, right? It could, because there are some signs there. I mean, if you watch their show, Tamar Vince, you can see that he was kind of like, he had like a daddy vibe when it came to her. When he checked her, I saw several episodes where he told her to hush. He told her to be quiet. Like a daddy would tell a child to be quiet, okay? You do too much, just hush. Like that time. I was like, oh, that's aggressive. But let's see. Adrian Wiley says it and left the daughter on the other side of the door. Yeah. Says no, she doesn't like Vince, in my opinion. Says, and she's talking about this now because Mary White, thanks for your comment as well. Felicia says she does believe it. So okay. Carla Vince said Dame Vince. Let's keep going. ABJ says that Mama B needs to get her life and relationship just like the other mama-in-law, says that who was all in her daughter's marriage. Oh, okay. Miss Didi says, oh my goodness. ABG goes on to say that Pap ain't going nowhere, says the other person side chick of the year award. Oh, y'all get into the Pap thing. But okay, so you guys, I see what you guys are saying now about Mama E. Yeah, when you live with a person, you do get to see a lot of things that you normally would not see on the outside looking in. You spend a lot with a person when you live with them. If they have an argument and you stand in their house, you're going to hear every single solitary detail, especially if they start fighting. You're going to witness that as well. Everybody is different. Probably some people are different from when they're out in public versus when they're at home with their significant other or whoever. So who knows? Maybe their arguments did get violent. Y'all know Tamar does have a slick mouth, but that does not negate the fact that he should ever put his hands on her. And the mother should never have to run to her room and barricade herself in a room in fear of somebody busting through there and turning their rage on them. Like, that's a scary moment, right? So damn. I don't know. But I said, let me share that one because, child. So this tranny has come out to say that Stefan Diggs reached out in the DM trying to holler at him. Okay. I always said I kind of felt like Stefan Diggs gave Morris vibes. I feel like he's bi. Okay, I do feel like that. We're hearing too many stories about let me take this down. We're hearing too many stories about Stefan Diggs, and we don't need to trigger on that either. Stefan Diggs liking guys or being in situationships with guys as well. So let's go ahead and get into what this guy had to say about Stefan Diggs, honey. And he even throws in a little jab at Cardi. So let's get into it. With his damn pink wig on. Shout out to Celebrity Word. So Jeffree Star, which is the tranny's name, says that Cardi B's dude was in his DMs. Now, why would he be in his DMs, child? Let's get into what he had to say, though, because he's telling everything.
Y'all say Cardi B is going to come for me. Bitch, her baby daddy was in my DMs. I ain't worried about that, bitch. You stayed with the man that embarrassed you in front of the world. Who's the fool? Next. Please. Nicki Minaj dog walked her with every single aspect. Y'all say Cardi B's gonna... Nicki Minaj will always be the queen.
No. I don't agree.
You had 3 kids with someone that cheated on you with everybody in LA. He was never home. Bitch, please. When your ex is in my DMs, sit on it.
Wow. Look at that. So he is dragging Cardi B and also exposing Stefan Diggs in terms of saying, hey, he's been in my damn DMs.
Gonna come for me.
Holler at me. Okay, your husband that you were with that had 3 kids with, he was sleeping with everybody in damn LA, and was leaving you home alone. And now you went out here thinking that you were upgrading with Stefan Diggs, and the nigga is out here with everybody. There's another woman that came out to say that she has a baby by Stefan Diggs. She's going through the courts to prove that he is the father in terms of filing paternity papers on him, to get him to take care of that baby and to prove paternity. So she alleges that he is the father of her child as well, when he also has 4 children that were born in 2025, okay, including Cardi's baby. Okay, all children are under the age of 1, but there's also, like I said, this other woman who just came out to say that Stefan Diggs is the father of her child, so that would make 5 children under the age of 1. So Cardi, I don't know what you were thinking by getting with him. Yes, he's a nice looking guy, but maybe he gives her the emotional support that Offset did not. People get with people for different reasons. Maybe this is a business relationship. Maybe she just wanted somebody who's good in bed right now. Maybe this is somebody who's helping her get over Offset and all the things that she went through with him. Obviously, she likes toxic men. If you go back and look at most of the guys that she's dated, even when she was on Love and Hip Hop, that was a toxic situation too when she was dating. The guy she was dating on Love and Hip Hop, he was in jail, fresh out of jail at one point, and he was trash as well. So Stefan Diggs, even though he is a very prominent player with the Patriots, he's a hot commodity right now. You know, a lot of women, they obviously go after him, and he go after them as well. But having 5 kids in 1 year by multiple different women, that's wild. And to call him your man and be seen out, maybe she's the main chick, or maybe that's their arrangement and that's something that she likes. Who knows? But for him to be popping up in trannies' DMs trying to holler at them as well, it just kind of gives those type of vibes. I've always said I feel like he was bi versus anything. So y'all let me know. Y'all let me know, child, because that was a lot. Moving right along. Oh, child. Okay, was that my last topic? It was. Okay. So that was my last topic, y'all. Thank y'all for joining the show. I hope y'all enjoyed all the topics that we talked about. Please do not forget to comment on each and every one. Like the video, hype the video up as well. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Share the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on over to the Kim and Rel Show and subscribe. Okay. Yes, thank y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this show. I really do, because I try to pull some great topics for this video for you guys. Okay. Yes. You do the bomb. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna get out of here, guys. Thank y'all so much. Okay, you said great show, Rel. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. I will be back today with another video. I might do 2. I don't know. I'll see how I feel, because I'm tired. I still feel tired. I went to bed hella late last night, and I have a slight hangover as well that I got to get over. Okay, but thank y'all so much. Let's go ahead and do my thank you so we can get out of here. Again, comment on all the topics, because y'all know that I do go in and respond to as many, if not all, of your comments. Okay. All right. So thank you, Truth TV Podcast, Tyra, Sweet Essence, Scorpion Miss, Rose Armstead. Thank you guys so much for modding for me. You guys rock. I absolutely appreciate you guys. And thank you to all the content creators. Let's go ahead and thank them as well. If I miss anybody, please let me know. In my bushes, Deary Talk, Black Women in the Building. Thank you, Jonetta Speaks. Thank you, Simple Mind Family TV, Astute Queen B, Miss Dee. Thank you, JCD Creations. Thank you, Shay P. Thank you, Queen Speaks TV. Schoolboy, thank you as well. And Shay Renee. All right, those are my usuals in terms of content creators who usually stop by and support. I really appreciate you. Did I miss something? No. All right, so let's get out of here, guys. I'll see you guys later. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. All right. I hope you guys are living up to, it's only one day into the new year of 2026, but I hope you guys are living up to your New Year's resolutions so far. I speak peace and blessings over everyone under the sound of my voice. Y'all guys know I love y'all down. Until the next live. Bye.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python. Grab what I like real fast, choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control ashes. Deep up in my mind, I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed.